In this video, I'm going to tell you guys about how WWE ruined the simple feud between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Well, for starters, as many people know, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton are good friends in real life. But at the same time, that really isn't, what the point of this video is about. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, they have history together. Cody Rhodes, his first match and his first feud in WWE was against Randy Orton. They have interacted many times throughout Cody's career. They interacted also again a few years later after that in 2007 is when Cody Rhodes made his debut. In late 2008 and early 2009, that's when Legacy was formed. And then it was him, Cody, Randy Orton, and then Ted DiBiase in the trio known as Legacy. And then they would end up splitting and, feuding at early 2010 leading up to a match at WrestleMania. And then a year later, 2011, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes would have a brief little feud when Cody Rhodes was doing his because 2011 he was doing the undashing thing at the start of the year. So yeah, Randy he was moved to SmackDown and then he was feuding with Cody for a bit. And when Cody was doing his undashing gimmick, Randy Orton had broken his mask, and then that's when Cody went on to become the whole the mustache thingy with the whole Rhodes Scholars eventually down the line. Well, okay, I think it was 2013, yeah. Like I said, I'm kind of bad with remembering dates, but just bear with me. So, yeah, Randy Orton in 2013, him and Cody Rhodes, they're feuding, Randy's in the Authority, and then he eventually gets Cody Rhodes fired. So, like I said, Cody and Randy, they have feuded many times throughout the years. Randy Orton is the most important person in Cody Rhodes' career. Randy Orton is actually Cody Rhodes' biggest adversary, which is why a lot of us were frustrated with the way that the feud went when they decided to add Pat McAfee into the mix, knowing that these two have already fought before and they have pretty good in-ring chemistry. They fought many times. They have feuded before. So this was something that was so easy. And especially with, how they were building up their friendship after Randy had made his return to WWE, and how him and Cody, they were teaming up together, and they were doing the whole best friend thingy and stuff. I got your back, you got mine and stuff. They built their relationship stronger than ever, which, was the perfect opportunity for Randy Orton to go heel and just have him and Cody go out there and do their thing, have them trading blows, have them cutting promos on each other. But we didn't get any of that. Instead, we had Pat McAfee running around here holding the championship when Randy should have been holding it. Cody Rhodes didn't even get, to have a promo explaining how he felt. What we wanted between Cody and Randy, we just wanted to see those two go out there and, make some magic and stuff. They could have had one of those things going where Randy probably, he berates Cody. He says, Cody Rhodes, it was always lesser than me. Cody Rhodes is on my level. Cody Rhodes is Stardust. He's lucky that I allowed him to be my protege, that I allowed him to be in my group Legacy. They messed up and then they had to backtrack. After Randy Orton had attacked Cody Rhodes, he goes out there and he cuts a promo, and he was all like, the only reason why I did this was because Cody gave me permission. I was going to go out there and I was supposed to be fighting Drew, but then Cody came out and he won the championship, and I had to do what was best for me. And then Cody lifted that burden off my shoulder and said, no, man, we don't want to hear any of that. We don't want to hear any of that. Gushy. Cody's my best friend. I love him, but I had to go out there and he gave me permission. We don't want to hear none of that. We wanted to hear Randy go out there and be vicious. We wanted him to go out there. We don't want him to vindicate himself, or at least I didn't. I wanted Randy to be cold-blooded about it. I wanted him to say straight up, I had no reason to do what I did. I just did it because, I want to be champion. Screw Cody. Screw all of you. I'm doing this my way. But then they did a whole 180. And then they're like, who the heck does Cody think he is to give me permission to be myself? I don't need Cody to tell me to tell me who I should be. Cody Rhodes, he used me. Cody Rhodes, he was a bad friend. And it's this whole bad friend storyline thing is kind of lame. Because for one, it's not true. Everybody knows that if you've been watching the weekly shows, which has been it's been a chore. Anybody who's been watching the weekly shows knows that that's not true, and that Cody cared about Randy. Because now they back themselves into a corner. You can't have, him say this and then have Cody come out there and expose him as a liar, because that just makes him look bad. So now the people who don't like Cody, they're just going to go run with this, false narrative that he was a bad friend to Randy, because all he has to do is go out there and show him the clips. He's like, Randy, That's not true. I've been supporting you. We've been great friends ever since you came back. When Kevin Owens attacked you, I was there to check up on you. I came and I was in the ambulance with you. When the Bloodline came out there and they attacked you, I was out there and I was helping you as well. I had your back just like you had mine. You didn't have to attack me. You didn't have to treat me this way. But like I said, we didn't want to hear any of this. We just wanted Randy to go, but straight up just be postal and just be a villain. He just keeps trying to vindicate himself. And like I said, the whole Pat McAfee thingy, it just was so stupid. And then they had Jelly Roll. I'm kind of iffy about the Matt Cardona situation. I know some people, they didn't like that, and some people thought it was good that he came out there and that he beat him up. Personally, I don't really think it added anything to the story. But, I mean, I guess, it was whatever with the Matt Cardona thingy. I don't really think that it added or took away anything. Same thing with the Stephanie McMahon thing. It felt like they just kept adding a bunch of people into the story that didn't make any sense. And then on top of that, you have Jelly Roll coming out here, and he's supposed to be the mediator, being like, you don't need to do this, Randy. Cody's your friend. I don't think we need anybody to tell Randy Orton about, what Cody Rhodes means to him. He, of all people, would already know that what he did to Cody was wrong. We don't need people to go out there and try to console him. Randy Orton, like I said, he should just go out there. He should just be looking like a monster. Cody, he should be coming out here and telling people, who's like, this is my fault. I should have never trusted Randy Orton. Now that I know that he's not my friend anymore, I'm not going to let my guard down. And that right there, that would create an even better story. Randy trying to get in Cody's head. He's undermining him. He's trying to attack him. Cody Rhodes isn't falling for it. That's simple right there. But the story is that he turned heel because Cody gave him permission. And he's like, nah, I'm going to do this because I want to be the Viper, not because you told me to. Personally, I think that he should have snapped. What made him, in story, what made him snap is when Cody said, no matter what happens, I'll always love you. I think that they could have turned that into, that's when Randy Orton realized that the whole love and the friendship and the hugging and stuff and being nice to people, that was wasting his time, and that the only time that he's ever really on top is when, he's, not friends with anybody, when he's a lone wolf. He could have been, I don't need Cody. I don't need anybody. When I was over here tag teaming with Matt Riddle, it was hindering my chances of becoming a world champion. I was so busy trying to protect Cody and trying to be a loyal friend to him that I lost track of, who I really was. And they had him say that, but when he was saying it, it's like I said, he was trying to come across as, gain sympathy. But we don't need Randy Orton to be gaining sympathy because he's supposed to be the heel in the situation. He's supposed to be coming out here and making himself look like the most violent, evil person. He's supposed to look despicable, just like how the New Day was looking despicable when they turned on Big E and treated him the way he did. Little kids cried. I saw a kid crying and breaking and bursting into tears when he betrayed him. That's the stuff that stays with you your whole life. That's those moments that you never forget. What made you cry, what made you happy, what brought you, very intense emotions in your life. And for somebody to go out there and cry over this, and for WWE to not have it live up to expectations now, that kid wasted his tears on nothing. Randy Orton, he needs to go out there and he needs to be the monster. He needs to be somebody who's big and bad that Cody needs to overthrow. Obviously, I get that, nobody's going to boo Randy Orton at this point in his career because he's too beloved. But like I said, there is a way. There is a way that you can do it. And having him go out there and trying to justify his actions and make it seem like Cody was the problem, I don't think that was a good move. And that's where we get to the point of the results of the WrestleMania match. And then I'll explain my thoughts on the match afterwards. Randy Orton should have won at WrestleMania. I love Cody Rhodes, so this is not a knock on him. But nobody wanted to see him win. And that's not because, like I said, it's not because we don't like him or anything. It's because Randy Orton, it's been a very long time since he won a world championship. And on top of that, him winning at WrestleMania would have meant so much because Randy Orton, didn't he lose his last two WrestleMania main events? So, like I said, this will be Randy Orton's big WrestleMania moment where he wins the big one. And then on top of that, like I said, it's been such a long time since he won it. And then on top of that, to add another, thingy, this is, him going heel. So him defeating Cody Rhodes, and we see that, all of this that we waited for wasn't just for nothing. We all knew that this betrayal was coming, and the wait was worth it because we waited a whole entire year for Randy to finally betray Cody and get the championship from him. That's the reason why they had him looking at the championship for a whole year. But unfortunately, Randy Orton got injured, so they had to, pivot last minute and then change the results to Cody winning the match, which really sucks, honestly. But, there had to be, a way possibly, Cody loses, Randy wins, he gets to be champion, and then, maybe have Randy relinquish it, and then have somebody else win it and have Cody, go out there and feud with that person and stuff. Randy Orton comes back and then he tries to go and win it again because, Randy doesn't have that much time left. I'm not saying that they should speed run his last couple of championship reigns or anything, but you could definitely have him come back after he relinquishes the belt and then have him win 16. I personally think that right there could possibly, who knows what might happen with Randy Orton. Randy Orton, with this back injury, there's a possibility. He said that he wants to retire at 2040, retire when he's 50 or whatever. But Randy Orton, given the looks of things, we don't even know if we might even have him for that long. So we can only hope that he has another 4 years left in him, because I think he said that he was trying to go part-time, and he would be maybe showing up doing the Undertaker thing where just shows up for WrestleMania feuds, which that's gonna suck because we all love Randy Orton. He's been there since a lot of us were kids and stuff, and now we're grown adults. He's been here for such a long time. He's almost been wrestling for 25 years right now. This is his 24th year on the main roster in WWE, and it's gonna be very, very sad when he goes. But yeah, man, this whole feud with Cody Rhodes, it's just very disappointing because it was all right there. Two guys right there who are top stars. It's like I said, it's one of those things where it's so perfect. How do you mess this up? You have a guy who a lot of people have been saying his title reigns are boring, his feuds are bad, and you need somebody who's going to be, after that Roman Reigns feud and Kevin Owens feud, he's been champion for almost basically the past 2 years. So now we also, like I said, we need to start making these feuds more interesting. Who better than another guy who's a top heel in the company and somebody who's very beloved and very popular at that, not just some random mid-card dude fighting him for the belt. Another top star who is amazing as a heel that we, already know can do some great heel work and be a great opponent to him, that already have history. And on top of that, these two are, they work well with each other outside of WWE. They're good friends. So this feud was supposed to feed generations, people saying oh, this feud is going to feed families. This feud is going to be one of the all-time greats. It's not too late to reset this feud. All they have to do is just fix everything that they, did wrong. Go out there and let Cody and Randy cook. Let them do their thing together. Because I'm not going to say that I don't want to see these two interact on screen again. Even though these two, when they were coming out there and they were doing the whole I love you, you love me, Barney routine. Cody's my best friend, Randy's my best friend. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. You're my protege. You accomplished so much. And all this WWE stuff, even though that was practically unbearable to watch. And then on top of that, they ruined the feud and had Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll and everybody and their mama coming out. I still would really like to see these two work together and feud again, because I've seen them feud in the past, and I know that these two could bring out a really great feud for WWE that might go down in history. So when Randy comes back, hopefully they can get this ball rolling, because whoever they got Cody fighting Gunther and stuff right now, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not really interested in that feud. But like I said, when Randy Orton comes back, hopefully they can get this ball rolling with him and Cody, because a lot of us, like I said, this is something that a lot of us who have been watching Cody since the beginning of his career, we all want, that feud with him and Randy, because Randy Orton, he said one day when Cody makes it to because Randy Orton, he was Cody Rhodes' biggest fan. He always knew that one day Cody Rhodes would be a world champion, but I don't think, he ever saw Cody Rhodes becoming the face of WWE, which is, very different than what I had imagined for Cody. So I'm really proud of him, and I know Randy is as well. So like I said, with this whole thing happening now that these two are on the same level, they could give us that main event feud that a lot of us, have been looking for ever since we were kids. So that's all I really have for you guys today as far as this whole Cody and Randy topic goes. So if you like the video, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is Backlash Podcast. I have a lot more videos and a lot more topics that I want to talk about. It's been a long time since I made a YouTube video, so I apologize to, all those people who have been subscribed to us for a long time, hoping that we would drop content and do reviews. But I'll put it to you like this. Over the past 2 years, ever since we started the channel, the wrestling community, WWE, AEW, we used to do reviews all the time. We stopped it because ultimately I've been the wrestling's kind of fallen off. It's kind of been boring a little bit. There's been things that have fatigued me about WWE and about AEW, so I just had to take a break from it. But now I'm back and I'm better, and I promise you guys this time for real that there will be a lot more content dropping. But I don't know if I'll be doing a lot more. Well, for one, I definitely won't be doing any reviews of the shows and stuff, so it'll have to just be me giving my takes on things that are going on in the current product rather than actually sitting down and reviewing the whole show or reviewing the pay-per-view and stuff. I'll just like say give my opinions on it without actually having to do all the extra stuff. So yeah, like I said, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys like this video, and thanks for watching, and peace out.